Welcome to my journey through the Bible. This will be a summary of 2 Samuel 24, verses 1 through 25. And the anger of the Lord was against Israel, and it came upon David to want to count his men. And he called Joab to count all the mighty men of Judah and of Israel. And Joab had said, "Why? For what reason would you count all of the men? For God has let you see as far as your eyes can see are the men that follow you." But David would not listen to Joab. So Joab went out and he counted the men from Dan to Beersheba. It took him 9 months and 20 days. There was 800,000 men of Israel and 500,000 men of Judah. And this was told to David. And then David had felt bad after he had the number of the men. And he fell upon his knees and asked for forgiveness of God that he had been so foolish and that the Lord would take away the iniquity of his servant. A prophet Gad had came to David and said, "The Lord has came to me and has given you 3 choices, and you must choose one of them. For 7 years there will be famine in the land, or 3 months of you running from your enemy as they try to pursue your life, or 3 days of pestilence." And David said, "I have sinned greatly against the Lord. Let the Lord decide what he will do, for he will have mercy on me. Do not allow me to fall into the hands of men." And so the Lord had allowed a great pestilence to come upon the men, and 70,000 men had died. And the angel stopped at the threshold of Jerusalem. The Lord had held him back, and his hands was stretched out at the threshold. And David had hit his knees, and he had prayed, "Lord, it is my fault that this is going on. Let all of the anger, let all of the iniquity fall upon me and my household. For these men have been like sheep. What have they done? They've only done what I tell them to do." And then Gab had came to David and said, "The Lord has heard your prayer, and he said that you need to build him an altar and offer a sacrifice." So David had went to Uriah's land where the threshold was at, and Uriah had bowed down to David multiple times. And David said, "I must buy your land here at the threshold so that I may build an altar and give offerings to the Lord." And Uriah had said, "You may have anything that you want." And David said, "I will not make a sacrifice to the Lord that did not cost me anything." And David paid him 50 shekels of silver for the land and to be able to build an altar for the Lord. And he sacrificed burnt offerings and peace offerings. And the Lord had stepped in and stopped the plagues from Israel. May God be with you in everything and in every way.